Good morning everyone, and today's video is all about running a 5k PB. Okay, so this video today that we're doing now is to share with you the route that I took when I ran my 5k PB just over a week ago. So this is coming up to where we're going to start. I've chosen this because I've used this 5k route before. It's just over 2 laps of this route, so 2.3 kilometers each lap and then a little bit extra for 5k, but there's very little traffic around here. We'll see if that actually is the case during this little drive, but as you can see we're going downhill now, so this is the steeper hill, so I chose to run down this hill and then run up the more gradual hill that you'll see later on. So just by this roundabout coming up here, this is where we start along this straight flat to the right in a moment. And so my target for the 5k was to run under 17 minutes. So we'd start about here and then straight down here, straight down this really nice long flat road. And what I'm thinking as I'm going down to start off with is, let's just get into a rhythm, let's try not to panic, let's not go off too quick, we don't want to get in the red zone too early. So I don't mind if this is a little bit slower than target pace. So I was aiming to run at 3 minutes 20 per kilometre, which would have given me an overall 5k time of 16:40. Knowing that if I tired or if I was a bit slower than that I've got a bit of a buffer to still dip under 17 minutes. So this little middle roundabout, this is where, just because I was doing it on a Sunday morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, I knew I wasn't going to have much traffic, so it would have been pretty bad luck if I came across cars or trucks around the roundabout. But straight down here, I'm still going straight down, and at the end of this we get to another roundabout, and that's about 1k. So I'll have done the first k. In this first kilometre I'm just feeling a bit excited, really, thinking, you know, have I got it in me? Trying to think about all the training I've done and trusting it, really, just trying to stay relaxed. So as we come up to this roundabout, obviously I'd be on the right hand side on the pavement, and then I'd just follow that round to the right. I wouldn't have to go around the roundabout, but obviously in the car we do. Straight down here. Now as we're going in towards kilometre 2 now, so the first kilometre I did in 3:19, which was 1 second under my target pace. I was really pleased with that. We're coming along the flat, but then as we turn around this next roundabout, we start a gentle incline, but we were going into a bit of a headwind as well. So that first kilometre I had the wind behind me, feeling fresh, feeling good. Kilometre 2 starts as we come around here, and now we're starting to have to go just very, very slightly uphill to start off with. And it was just around that corner that I started to feel a bit of a niggle in my calf muscle as well. I was thinking, oh, typical that is. But I just said to myself, if this gets worse, I'll just stop. But it'd have to hurt a lot worse than it was doing to make me stop. And up this hill, it might not seem much in a car, but obviously when you're running, it feels a lot harder. So I knew it was likely that this next kilometre 2, was going to be a little bit slower. Come around this roundabout, again I gambled on the right hand side, just tried to stay on the tarmac, not having to go up and down curbs. And then straight down here to where we started the video. And we're coming up to have completed 2 kilometres around about the end of this stretch. And the watch beeped at 3:27 for kilometre 2. So not too far off, and averaging it out, it still means I would be under sub 17 if those paces continued. So I was pretty happy with that. Into the wind and up the hill for the first of the 2 kilometres having to run up the hill. And then obviously this is a bit of a treat, kind of reset the legs a little bit, lean forward down the hill from the ankle, and pick up that leg turnover again, pick up the leg speed. and we're going into kilometre 3. Now the sun started to peak out at this time on my PB attempt, and as I was coming around here I was just starting to heat up a little bit. So I only had a t-shirt, a base layer, and I was wearing shorts, but I also had a neck snood to go around my ears, a snood round my neck, and then a pair of really light running gloves. So as I was coming down here just by this little blue sign, I was just thinking, right, it's time to take these off. So I just chucked them into the grass on the side of the pavement, and almost instantly felt a lot better straight away. So wasn't going to be overheating, but those snoods and the gloves just helped keep me comfortable in those first couple of kilometres. So I'm thinking kilometre 3 now, things are starting to get not difficult, but I can definitely tell I'm having to work that bit harder now in kilometre 3. Heart rate's going a little bit more. As I'm coming to the end of kilometre 3, I'm starting to get quite excited, wanting to know what my split is going to be. And so as we come up here, the watch beeps, and I think it was 3:21. So I've done a 3:19, a 3:27, and then a 3:21. All pretty good. Pleased that that's been another good kilometre, that I haven't slacked off the pace. And as we come around here, I'm starting to prepare myself for the second hard kilometre, where we've got the hill and the headwind. So coming around here, I'm just thinking now to myself, right, trust the training, think about the things that we've been doing, all the hill reps, that's going to help. Think about, you only got about 7 minutes-ish of running left as you hit kilometre 4. As we come around here for kilometre 4, I'm thinking, right, this is business time now. If I can do a decent-ish kilometre 4, then I'm really putting myself in the ballpark of being able to run under 17 minutes. So it all has to go into this 4th kilometre, because this is the hard one. This is the one where we've got the headwind and we've got the hill. If we can do a decent one here, then kilometre 5 we just have to grin and bear it, but we've got the downhill and we've got the wind behind us for kilometre 5. So it's all about trying to get myself in the right position. Now up the hill, the legs are starting to feel a little bit like jelly. The thighs are starting to burn a little bit, and I always feel it when I'm running hard. I always feel it in my calf muscles quite a lot. So that was starting to be a bit of a factor, thinking, come on, you haven't got long left now. This final stretch into the wind, honestly, it just felt like forever. It felt like I was never going to get to the end of this this particular straight. Just the headwind, and my mind was just really taking over. My brain wanted me to stop, and I just wanted to curl into a ball and get my breath back. But we're starting to get to the end. We've gone past 4k now. We're into the last maybe 600-700 meters, and I know that I'm in with a really good chance, as long as I don't do anything daft, of getting under 17 minutes. Coming down the hill again, the temptation is to lean back and sit up a little bit, but I was trying to power down the hill, thinking, I don't want any regrets. I want to make sure I do everything I can to get under 17 minutes. And I'm starting to think now about, if I do it, what are other people going to say? If I don't do it, what are other people going to say? And now I'm just thinking, as I go past a lady and an older gentleman as well running towards me down here, I'm sounding like an asthmatic baboon. Really, really difficult to get all the oxygen in that my body needs, but really, really close now. I can see my watch is ticking close towards 17 minutes. I think I had 300 meters left to do in about a minute and 20 seconds, and I thought I was close to doing it. And then around about here is where I finished. I went a little bit further and carried on to just over 17 minutes, just so I knew that I'd have completed the 5k, and that Strava and Garmin weren't going to have me short of 5k. And I'm really pleased to say that the Garmin and Strava both agreed that I managed 16 minutes 53 seconds, so slightly out from my 16:40 target pace, but that was really just so I had a decent buffer to make sure I went under 17 minutes. So I was absolutely elated with my time. First time I've ever done under 17 minutes for 5k, and I'm really looking forward to, now that I've got over that mental barrier of doing it for the first time, I'm looking forward to doing it lots more times in the future. All right, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed just that kind of stream of consciousness about the things that were going through my head, the tactics, and just the ideas about how a 5k PB attempt can make you feel. And also just to think about being really intentional about the course that you use on which to run your 5k PB. So for me, I wanted to use the course that I've just shown you because I'd used that as a benchmark 5k route before. I knew the route. I knew it was going to be pretty much traffic free at the time that I was doing it, early on a Sunday morning on Mother's Day 2021. And also just thinking about how you can make it work best for you. So one of my decisions was thinking about making sure I did it clockwise rather than anti-clockwise, so that I was running up the gradual gradient hill rather than up the really steep hill. So I had that to look forward to running back down on my journey. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Stay tuned for more videos all about running from me, Tim's Running World, the running coach. Take care and see you soon.